Right now, snow emergencies. We also have a brand new school closing to tell you about. Which of the big districts in our viewing area just canceled for today.
Plus, a Janesville man learns his fate after the fatal shooting of his pregnant girlfriend. Well, good morning, everyone, and welcome to News 3. Now this morning on what's to be a snowy Wednesday. I'm Kyrie Unley.
I'm Chris Stanford, Savannah Brito here with our Alert Day coverage. Of course, I say this is right about the time when all the school districts have typically called off for the day.
And now we got
right after I said that, Janesville has canceled class for today. Here's a live look at Janesville this morning, where they've seen some of the first rounds of snowfall come into the viewing area, Savannah.
Yeah, they're seeing that light band still fall. We'll show radar here in a quick moment, but traffic looks to be moving okay still, even though they did have the first of the big snowfall that we're going to see later in the day.
Yeah, I'm interested to see how that will change during the lunch hour and even the, the rush hour. So let's take a look at this school closings this morning. Janesville obviously just called off. So how many are we up to now, Chris?
43.
43.
A lot of the rural school districts, particularly in the southern and southeast part, or southwest part of our viewing area, have called off for today. A lot of them called off yesterday,
right,
which was great. We did have quite a few, though, that's called off starting at 5 o'clock this morning. Of course, you can scroll through the list at channel3000.com at your leisure if you want to see all the schools that'll be closed today.
All right, well, let's check in now. Back in with Savannah so she can tell us everything we need to know about this system.
Thank you, guys. Yeah, here's the radar showing that heavier band of snow now reaching areas just south of Platteville, Dubuque, Iowa. There's also another area of snow, basically the further south you go towards that Illinois-Wisconsin border. Those areas already starting to see that snow. Here's the system and all the states that are under that winter storm warning. That's the pink color. This for the areas like Platteville already in effect, just went in effect at 6 in the morning. Madison and Dane County will see a winter weather advisory go into effect at 9 a.m. About 9 to 10 a.m., that's when we'll see that full coverage continue across most of southern Wisconsin. And then we're going to see that continue with the greatest travel impacts likely about 2 to 10 p.m. late afternoon, early evening. We'll show what those impacts are going to be and about how much your area could see as far as snowfall amounts go coming up.
Savannah, thank you. We will be tracking the weather all morning long and throughout the day, of course. So to stay up to date with the latest on this winter weather, download our First Warn Forecast Weather app. You can download it for free in your phone's app store. Just search WISC Weather.
Well, in Rock County, you won't be able to park your car on the street in a lot of communities. Starting this morning, take a look at your screen. The following towns in Rock County have declared snow emergencies. This means no street parking effective in Evansville from 6 a.m. to 11 a.m. this morning. Lodi and Beloit snow emergencies begin at 9 o'clock this morning. If you live in Beloit, make sure your trash and recycling bins are off the street too. Their emergency is effective until 4 p.m. tomorrow. No street parking in Clinton, effective at 9 o'clock this morning to noon tomorrow. And Janesville, starting at 10 o'clock today. McFarland and Blue Mounds also have declared snow emergencies with no street parking beginning later this afternoon.
The city of Beloit still has 4,000 tons of salt left. City officials say it will be enough to make it through the rest of the winter season. Roughly 25 plows will be out clearing streets and alleys, while another 16 will be clearing city parking lots and sidewalks. While some may be dreading the snow, there's many who are excited.
First snowfall, really, of the season. We haven't been outside to play, and so the kids, I know, will be very excited.
City crews will maintain main and arterial streets throughout the snowfall. All other streets will be plowed after the snowfall is complete.
Well, no word from the city of Madison yet on a snow emergency for today. If anything like that happens, you can be one of the first to know by downloading the free Channel 3000 Plus app.
6:03, now to an update we've been following. A Janesville man will spend life in prison after the fatal shooting of his pregnant girlfriend. A judge sentenced Logan Barclay to life in prison for the murder of 22-year-old Kirsten Hansen. Trail walkers found Hansen dead last April along Peace Trail near Afton Road. Barclay is eligible for extended supervision after serving 50 years in prison. If you or someone you know is experiencing domestic violence, there are resources available to help. The National Domestic Violence Hotline is open 24/7. You can call at 800-799-7233. Domestic abuse intervention services are also available online at abuseintervention.org.
And in more local news this morning, a Janesville man is now facing homicide charges for a shooting. Dante Foster was initially charged with attempted first-degree intentional homicide and possessing a firearm as a felon. The man prosecutors say he shot has recently died, leading to the motion for a charge of first-degree intentional homicide. Foster is being held on a $500,000 bond.
A 54-year-old Hartford man is doing time after stealing from employees' 401k funds. A Waukesha County jury found Shoney Bagley guilty. The Wisconsin DOJ says he has 3 years of initial confinement and 5 with extended supervision. Prosecutors say Bagley stole more than $54,000 from employees' 401k plans at an in-home nursing care company in Monroe. He had bought the company, Caring Hearts, in April 2018, but had also created a separate system where he transferred the 401k plans. He must pay back his victims in full and not be a trustee of others' money in any business following his release. Well, in other news this morning, February is Career and Technical Education Month. One youth apprenticeship program is highlighting its efforts. Since 1991, Middleton High School's program gives students the opportunity to connect the classroom to their careers. Currently, Middleton has 41 students in their youth apprenticeship program, working with 25 employers like UW Health, Walgreens, and SSM Health. One student says the program has given her the chance to get ahead on her career in the healthcare field.
I had the option to do CNA or medical assistant, and I chose CNA, which is Certified Nursing Assistant. And during that summer, I got to join a program, a 1-month program to get certified as a nursing assistant. And then starting off junior year, I decided to look for jobs out there, and I found a job at St. Mary Care Center.
She says she recently got accepted to UW Madison and will be a pre-nursing student this fall, so congratulations.
Yeah, wishing you the best. What an opportunity.
Yes.
All right, in the 608 this morning, a little early.
Oh, yeah.
Because we got something exciting to tell you about. A local food pantry is moving into a new space as the community needs more help to get food on the table.
Josh Bryder joining us now with how the Sauk County area answered that call for help. Good morning.
Hey, good morning, guys. Yeah, great story here. This is one of those follow-ups to a story you love to see. Around this time last year, Beyond Blessed Food Pantry in Baraboo asked for donations with the goal of moving into a new building. Well, that dream recently became reality, and they invited me back up for a tour. Well, Shannon Howley, Executive Director of the Beyond Blessed Pantry, is having us back in their brand new space.
It's amazing. It's a God thing.
So talk about this brand new space, because this is huge.
It is amazing. I'm going to say it again. We came and toured it, and we saw this space first. And as we toured this space, we were super excited and knew we could operate out of here. And then it just got better and better. It was kind of like, you think this is good, wait till I'm going to show you the next thing. And then wait till I show you the next thing, and that's how it went.
You know, this was one of those things, everything happens for a reason, and it certainly did for you guys here.
Absolutely. I've been living the sign. Faith is not believing God can, it's knowing that he will. And he showed up big time, and we were able to purchase our own space.
So bring us through this space here, because what was the reason that you guys were looking for a brand new space?
Our lease was up January 31st, and we had no choice but to get a new space. So we have been looking for the majority of 2024, and like I said, December 13th, we actually thought we'd be moving to Reedsburg, and December 14th, I was sent information on this building. We came and saw it on the 17th, and that same day, we're informed that we had some donors that would help us procure the building.
And that's what it all came down to, is you needed the community support. And talk about how this community really stepped up for you.
So it's been amazing. like I said, we were able to buy this building. We've had some donors come in. We had some come in at the beginning part of the capital campaign, and then at the end, in the nick of time, another group of donors came in and donated us $1.5 million, and we were able to not only come see this building, but purchase it.
So now here you are in 2025. Obviously, you guys are working on construction. You're getting things ready, but now you can serve the growing need of people that you do each week, which keeps going up, sadly, here.
It is sad, and you know, sometimes what people think about when I say it's good, what I mean is it's good that we don't run out of food. We make a backup plan so that even if we blow the numbers we've prepared for, everyone who comes and is in line by 6 p.m. leaves with food. That's very important to me. I'm not happy about the need. I'm just happy that we can fill it.
And how many people are you serving each week?
So we had been averaging about 694 was kind of the average for 2024. Our first time serving here, we actually served 834 households.
And that is how much compared to what you guys were doing during the pandemic?
So at the height of the pandemic, we were serving somewhere between 350 and 375 households.
So more than double
Yes.
the need. I mean, that's insane.
It is, and it's a lot. I mean, there's a lot of behind-the-scenes work, as you can see here in the building. We're working basically 5 days to 7 days a week to procure enough food to keep serving everyone. The community support, just financially, prayerfully, with physical activity, becoming a volunteer, these are all things we need. And I feel like when we announced that we were here to stay, there was a collective sigh of relief. Obviously, there's some things we need to work out, traffic being one of them. We now have a better plan, and Circus World Museum is going to let us use their parking lot, which is huge for us, so that we can stage the massive amount of cars and not block up the neighborhoods.
Oh, well, Shannon, thank you so much for your tour. We appreciate it.
Thanks for coming. Welcome to Beyond Blessed Pantry.
So the pantry reopens tonight from 4 to 6. Folks are asked to meet at the parking lot, as she mentioned, at Circus World, where they're going to have a pilot car bringing families to and from the pantry. They have a video of all the instructions that you need to follow. That's on their Facebook page, and we have that linked on channel3000.com. Call to action there, guys. Last year they needed this, and here they are a year later. And
community stepped up
it's
big time.
incredible.
Huge
I mean,
donations.
we're talking millions of dollars here that donors came forward, some that are named and some that wanted to stay anonymous, and it's just incredible.
I'll say Beyond Blessed is in the name.
That's
so
exactly it.
Love that.
Yeah.
Perfect. I love it.
Love to see it.
Yeah, you do.
Thanks, Josh.
You bet.
Josh is always looking for inspirational stories just like that to share with you folks at home. If you have an idea for In the 608, reach out to Josh. He'd love to hear from you.
Savannah, what's coming up?
Tracking some visibility issues out there, basically where that snow is falling. Can't see it, but Dubuque is down to under 2 miles. We'll show when the worst of the visibility conditions are going to be with the heaviest snow coming up.
And Badger Hoops getting ready for their next big game. We'll hear from head coach Greg Gard on how they'll be preparing. Morning sports coming up after the break.
You're watching News 3 Now this morning. Moving forward.
We're back at 6:15. A new report shows that stress levels at work are down. The percentage of workers who reported stress every day is now less than half of what it was in 2021. It fell from 19% to 7.5%. The data comes from an ADP worldwide survey. In the U.S., 18% reported feeling overloaded, while 23% said they were thriving at work. ADP research notes workers who are stressed out and overloaded are usually less productive. Employers should consider strategies to help workers manage and reduce stress.
6:16, back to our Alert Day forecast. Fanny is here to plan your day. What should we expect?
Yeah, guys, so all that snow right now, Platteville reaching those areas, Monroe, Janesville, we'll eventually see that by that 8 to 9 a.m. hour here in Madison, and actually most of southern Wisconsin already going to see that heavy snow starting. 20 is the high today. Stretch from that now, we have temperatures that are in the single digits. It's cool, but we do have Alert Day conditions in place for that accumulating snow. Most of us are going to fall between that 3 and 6 inch range. We'll show specific areas in a minute. But Wednesday, about 8 to 9 a.m., that's when Alert Day conditions will be in place all across southern Wisconsin. That'll be through late tonight. The light snow already starting south of Madison. That'll increase in intensity 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. Our greatest impacts, that'll be that 2 p.m. to 10 p.m. time frame, late afternoon into the evening, and that's when our greatest impacts as far as visibility issues are going to be, and when travel is going to be the most hazardous. So if you do have to be out that 2 to 10 p.m. time frame, definitely plan on needing extra time, or at least allow for that. I still think we'll have slick travel even into the overnight hours and early Thursday, even though that snow is going to become less intense. Our greatest issues are going to be the visibility, and then, like I mentioned, the slick travel. We also have a high confidence in seeing that 3-inch plus snow range. This is our latest snow map. That heaviest band of snow, Platteville, Lone Rock, Madison, Janesville, Monroe, Juneau, Watertown, Sheboygan. Those places likely going to see that 4 to 6-inch range. There could be some localized areas, though, that see slightly higher amounts, closer to 7 or 7.5 inches. But the high confidence in about 6 inches for the Madison area and Dane County. Waukesha, Milwaukee up to Sheboygan towards Manitowoc and down by Kenosha, there will be slightly higher amounts, basically where those winter storm warnings will be in place at noon. All the advisories and warnings run until 3 a.m. Thursday. And then up near the Dells, Watoma, Camp Douglas, Viroqua, 3 to 6 inches, probably closer to about 3 to 5. And then the further northwest you get towards Black River Falls, only expecting about 1 to 2 inches. A couple areas could see a localized 3-inch report, though. And then after that, we have more alert days to talk about. Cooler tomorrow, dry, but then Friday and Saturday we're going to add on even more snow. We don't warm above freezing level the next 10 days. That snow staying in place for a while. And then Sunday and Monday because of the bitter colds.
After beating Iowa to claim the season sweep over the Hawkeyes, Greg Gard's squad has to wait a bit for their next game. Actually, they've got to wait a while. Wisconsin doesn't play Purdue until Saturday. Quick check, that's a week between games. Now, not ideal for a team who's on a roll right now, but don't worry. Greg Gard says his Badgers aren't going to take it easy this week.
We aren't relaxing. This isn't a time to take a breath. You have to continue to get better. You continue to find ways to sharpen us individually and collectively. So we got a lot of season left, and it's the competitiveness that I don't want them to, they can't dial that back, right? It was really good today. We ain't going back.
Well, speaking of Badger hoops, be sure to check out this week's Wisconsin Huddle with John Blackwell. We'll get you ready for their showdown with Purdue. Show airs on Friday at 6:30 right here on News 3 Now. When it comes to Ohio State, they're a definite thorn in Mike Hastings' side. Wisconsin got swept by them at home back in their Big Ten opener 4 months ago. But this goes deeper than that. The Buckeyes have won 6 of the last 7 meetings between the two. And after a rough couple of weekends for the Badgers, this group doesn't need much to motivate them as they head to Columbus.
You know what, they're not happy with how we played this weekend. You go back to the last 2 weekends, so there's motivation that way. And yes, it's this building last year, we went and played them late in that building, and they took 2 of them. And so it's a focus group.
Definitely on our mind. They've had our number even when I wasn't here, so we definitely use that as motivation, and we just need to play our game, though, and worry about ourselves, and we'll be good.
And that's it for Morning Sports. Have a great day.
You too, Zach. Still ahead, a surprise for a Wisconsin teacher.
We're back right after this. (6:23). This photo from Gwen. She said she sent in last night. She says a full snow and a full moon. So there you have it.
Oh yeah, we'll see that snow later today.
Oh yeah, looking forward to it.
Send in
actually,
those pics.
Savannah's so excited.
So excited.
Hey,
She is ready for it.
Okay, I just don't like the cold.
I'm ready. I'm like, bring it.
Me too.
Yeah.
We grew up. A lot of us grew up in the Midwest, so
I know.
bring it on. It's winter.
Yeah, we're all
That's more like it.
Just don't bring it on in
Midwest
April.
babies.
I don't
That's
want
right.
it in April.
We can
so
have it in February,
now.
but once spring is here, please don't
Yeah,
stop.
please miss me with that. Thank you.
Well, here's something that'll get you thinking spring. The Brewers Racing Sausages, spring training just around the corner. They're out statewide right now honoring teachers. Here they are at Horace Mann Middle School in Wausau. They surprised Dan Merkel, who's been teaching there for 30 years. Staff nominated him to be one of the Brewers' Grand Slam teachers. Congratulations to him, and of course, after he won, he said, "Oh, they were so humble. It's not me, it's the staff. Oh, shucks." I just love
awesome.
that. Congratulations. Thinking of all of our teachers out there. There's just so many amazing people out there shaping the lives of our kiddos.
Yes, love to see it. And I mean, like, who wouldn't be surprised about these sausages?
There's so many smiles too.
I just started thinking, I was like, what, we're only 6 weeks away from baseball? I mean, like, that's always kind of that sure sign of spring once the Brewers start their season.
Bring it on, because we're talking about snow today and a string of alert days. Your only alert day out of the next 6, or your only day that's not an alert day out of the next 6 is tomorrow. It'll still be cold and we'll still be dealing with slick spots out there on the roadways. So just make sure that you're allowing plenty of extra time at all during the day today and then the early overnight hours of Thursday morning as well. That timeline and when your greatest impacts are going to be 2 p.m. to 10 p.m. I do think we'll see visibility issues, slick travel most of the day, and then more snow on top of the snow we'll see today. Expected Friday and into Saturday, potentially Saturday night, seeing another band that looks to stay mostly to our south across northern Illinois, but not impossible we see or don't see anything out of that. So some areas could wake up to a foot of snow Sunday morning between today and
not very often see 100% chance on that.
Exactly. Yeah, it's going to snow today.
You're watching News 3 Now this morning. Moving forward.
Hi, my name is Lucas. I live in Janesville, Savannah, playing my day.
Well, Lucas in Janesville expecting to see that snow earlier than Madison. We actually are already starting to see that snow fall. Little band moving into Dane County right now, but it's heavier across Janesville. That's where temperatures are going to be a little bit warmer, a high near 21 there compared to our 19 or 20 we'll see later this afternoon in Madison. But yeah, Monroe, Janesville, and even portions of very southern Dane County seeing that snow move in right now. Basically where you see that almost light shade of blue, that's the lightest snow, and then the heavier amounts, the darker shades of blue that you get close to navy. We're eventually going to see that move in later in the day, but where that heavier snow is falling right now, that's where visibilities are dropping. So for the most part, that's well southwest of Madison, Dubuque, Iowa at 1 3/4 mile, Prairie du Chien at 3. Janesville has dropped to 6. Madison right now is up to full visibility, but that's going to be one of the greatest impacts that we see, rapidly dropping visibilities down to 1/4 mile or less at times, and then also the travel impacts we're going to see. That 2 to 10 p.m. time frame is when you can expect the greatest impacts, although that light snow already beginning, that continuing to be light until about 7, 8, 9 in the morning, and then that's really going to increase in intensity between 9 a.m. and 2 p.m. I think the greatest impacts, though, like I mentioned, were the heaviest snowfall, and the rates are going to be 2 to 10 p.m. After 10 p.m., we'll start to see that break up, although I still think we'll see flurries into early Thursday morning. Not an additional accumulation can be expected early Thursday morning, but there still will be slick travel into Thursday morning. So allow for extra time, plenty of extra time today, and then even into early Thursday. This will increase in intensity and coverage all across southern Wisconsin by that 9 to 10 a.m. time frame, and that continuing through the afternoon and even into the early evening. This is about 8 p.m. starting to see a little bit of break, but still fairly widespread even into that 7 to 8 p.m. hour and time frame. After that, though, the closer we get to midnight, that's when you can expect a break in the activity and most of that to move out of here. Temperatures really fall overnight, but yeah, I still think we'll see some flurries overnight too. So this band, it'll be narrow from Platteville, Mineral Point, Monroe, Janesville, Madison, Watertown, Juneau, Waukesha, about 6 inches. 4 to 6 inches can be expected for those areas in the darkest shades of blue, except there will be localized higher amounts possible towards the Madison area, maybe up to 7 to 7.5. Waukesha, Milwaukee, Sheboygan, Manitowoc, Kenosha, 6 to 9 inches. And then the further to Wisconsin Dells and more specifically La Crosse you get, that's where we're going to see the least amount. Definitely up near La Crosse, 1 to 2 inches, maybe a 3-inch in there. We're cooler tomorrow, and then Friday and Saturday, alert days because of the snow. On Sunday and Monday, the alert days are going to be because of the bitter cold that follows after that. And we have several overnight lows that are sub-zero, 4 in a row starting Sunday night, but we also have a sub-zero tomorrow night expected into early Friday too. So it'll turn really cold. Make sure that you're allowing a lot of extra time for the travel today and then bundle up after that.
All right. I think it's just going to be the cold that.
I know,
with
the snow, it's fine. It's winter, but the cold, more like 30 degrees below average.
Right.
I don't want that.
A little tricky.
Yeah.
All right, Savannah, thank you.
Hey, if you want Savannah to plan your day, she'd love to do so. Just record a video like you saw a bit ago. Share your name, where you live. Tell us a little something about yourself. Send it our way through our website, the First One Weather app, Facebook Messenger, or email, then watch to see if you make it on the air. All right, 6:45, time to see what's going on in the 608. Today we're talking about a local food pantry that's moving into a new space as the community needs more help getting food on the table.
Josh Ryder is here now with the Sauk County area and how they answered that call for help. Good morning.
Hey, good morning, guys. So this is one of those follow-ups to a story you love to see. Around this time last year, Beyond Blessed Food Pantry in Baraboo asked for donations with the goal of moving into a new building. Well, that dream recently became reality, and they invited me back up for a tour. Well, Shannon Howley, Executive Director of the Beyond Blessed Pantry, is having us back in their brand new space.
It's amazing. It's a God thing.
So talk about this brand new space, because this is huge.
It is amazing. I'm going to say it again. We came and toured it, and we saw this space first. And as we toured this space, we were super excited and knew we could operate out of here. And then it just got better and better. It was kind of like, you think this is good, wait till I'm going to show you the next thing. And then wait till I show you the next thing, and that's how it went.
You know, this was one of those things, everything happens for a reason, and it certainly did for you guys here.
Absolutely. I've been living the sign. Faith is not believing God can, it's knowing that he will. And he showed up big time, and we were able to purchase our own space.
So bring us through this space here, because what was the reason that you guys were looking for a brand new space?
Our lease was up January 31st, and we had no choice but to get a new space. So we have been looking for the majority of 2024, and like I said, December 13th, we actually thought we'd be moving to Reedsburg, and December 14th, I was sent information on this building. We came and saw it on the 17th, and that same day, we're informed that we had some donors that would help us procure the building.
And that's what it all came down to, is you needed the community support. And talk about how this community really stepped up for you.
So it's been amazing. Like I said, we were able to buy this building. We've had some donors come in. We had some come in at the beginning part of the capital campaign, and then at the end, in the nick of time, another group of donors came in and donated us $1.5 million, and we were able to not only come see this building, but purchase it.
So now here you are in 2025. Obviously, you guys are working on construction. You're getting things ready, but now you can serve the growing need of people that you do each week, which keeps going up, sadly, here.
It is sad. And you know, sometimes what people think about when I say it's good, what I mean is it's good that we don't run out of food. We make a backup plan so that even if we blow the numbers we've prepared for, everyone who comes and is in line by 6 p.m. leaves with food. That's very important to me. I'm not happy about the need. I'm just happy that we can fill it.
And how many people are you serving each week?
So we had been averaging about 694 was kind of the average for 2024. Our first time serving here, we actually served 834 households.
And that is how much compared to what you guys were doing during the pandemic?
So at the height of the pandemic, we were serving somewhere between 350 and 375 households.
So more than double
yes.
the need. I mean, that's insane.
It is, and it's a lot. I mean, there's a lot of behind the scenes work, as you can see here in the building. We're working basically 5 days to 7 days a week to procure enough food to keep serving everyone. The community support, just financially, prayerfully, with physical activity, becoming a volunteer, these are all things we need. And I feel like when we announced that we were here to stay, there was a collective sigh of relief. Obviously, there's some things we need to work out, traffic being one of them. We now have a better plan, and Circus World Museum is going to let us use their parking lot, which is huge for us, so that we can stage the massive amount of cars and not block up the neighborhoods.
Oh, well, Shannon, thank you so much for your tour. We appreciate it.
Thanks for coming. Welcome to Beyond Blessed Pantry.
So the pantry reopens tonight from 4 to 6. Folks are asked to meet at the parking lot of Circus World, where they're going to have a pilot car bringing families to and from the pantry. They have a video with all those instructions on their Facebook page, and we have that linked on channel3000.com. So we're talking a couple of $1 million here, and they wanted to acknowledge a couple of the people that donated first. The Cherney Family Foundation, and also Aaron and Benjamin Scott of Scott Construction in the Wisconsin Dells. Those were the two that are okay to be acknowledged, and then they had a whole plethora of folks that want to remain anonymous. You think from, you know, your average Joes out in the community to some businesses, some foundations coming together for something that's really needed in the community. I mean, those numbers are staggering, right? Like, we thought the pandemic was a peak. Now they're seeing more than double that need in Sauk County alone. So it's great to see that they have this space to be able to keep serving all those communities.
Yes, so tonight is the night that people can come back and
4 to 6.
Flood the doors. Okay, I'm so glad that they are beyond blessed to make this happen for
Isn't
the
that
community.
insane? I mean, a year ago we were there and they didn't know if they were going to be able to do it. They thought that they were going to have to perhaps shut down, and now they are bigger and better than ever before, and it's just incredible.
Yeah, the community can do so much when it comes together.
100%.
And lifts everybody else up. All right, Josh, thank you so much for sharing.
You
If
bet.
you've got an inspirational story for Josh like that one, he'd love for you to reach out to him. Here's how to do that. Your story will likely wind up on TV.
Coming up in the morning sprint, new findings on the connection between ADHD diagnosis and tobacco use.
If you got a little kiddo turning 3 soon, you know what to do. Send us a picture. We'll show it on TV. The morning sprint's next. 6:54, time for the morning sprint.
Dozens of school districts across the viewing area are closing today. Many of these updates came in yesterday, but others have come through this morning. You'll see the closing scrolling across the bottom of your screen right now, but if you don't want to wait, you can view the full listings on channel3000.com.
Snow emergencies will be in effect through many communities in our viewing area today. You want to check with your hometown for rules regarding parking and snow removal. A lot of communities in Rock County, some in Dane County too. Remember, on those days where there is a snow emergency, you can't park your car on the street. No word from the city of Madison on whether they'll declare a snow emergency today.
A Janesville man guilty in a deadly shooting will likely spend the rest of his life in prison. A judge gave Logan Barclay life in prison for the murder of 22-year-old Kirsten Hansen. Trail walkers found Hansen dead last April along Peace Trail near Afton Road. Barclay is eligible for extended supervision after serving 50 years in prison.
A Janesville man is now facing charges of homicide after a shooting. Dante Foster initially had a charge of attempted first-degree intentional homicide in connection to a shooting from last December. The man prosecutors say he shot has died recently. The charge of first-degree intentional homicide stands now. Foster is being held on a $500,000 bond.
A study says children with ADHD are more likely to use nicotine or tobacco within 9 years of their diagnosis. The study published in JAMA Network found the greater the ADHD symptoms, the higher the risk of nicotine or tobacco use. Healthcare professionals say early diagnosis and treatment of ADHD is key to preventing this. More research is needed on the cause of the connection.
Well, the worst of the conditions regarding the moderate to heavy snow and impacts visibility and also slick travel going to be that time frame between 2 p.m. and 10 p.m. roughly, give or take about an hour, 1 to 9 p.m. more so for Madison. Cool tomorrow, and then a string of alert days. We got 4 in a row, Friday and Saturday for snow, and then Sunday and Monday because of how cold it's going to be. And you saw those overnight lows, 4 in a row sub-zero, our first sub-zero night tomorrow.
Oh boy, so lots to look out for, the snow and the extreme cold.
Allow for extra time and be safe out there today.
That's right. Savannah, thank you.
We'll have another update in 30 minutes.